I'm a massive fan of the continuous improvement mindset. That mindset means you're looking to make improvements all the time. Now, two key things I want to share with you are this. Firstly, with a continuous improvement mindset, that only works if you're improving on a solid foundation, meaning you don't want a one in, one out scenario where you're adopting another good behavior or you're refining a behavior. And then as you do that, you're letting go of something else. You need to have the discipline to, when you're doing something good, then you lock it in and then you start to perform better and then better again. So let me give you an example of that. If you're an athlete and you're doing something in particular, that means you can run, let's just say 400 meters in 70 seconds and you want to get to 68. Those things that help you get to 70, they have to remain for you to continually make those improvements to be able to get to 68. So for example, if you're doing yoga and flexibility every morning and that helped you run 400 meters in 70 seconds as opposed to 74, if when you're at 70 seconds and you're trying to get to 68 and you start reducing what you're doing around the mobility and the yoga, you're going to counter those other things that you've adopted to go from 70 to 68. So you might find you're not getting to 68 seconds because you've dropped those other things. Now, if you consciously choose to drop those other things, so yoga or some sort of mobility work, then that's perfect, as long as you're consciously choosing to do that, because what you might find is there is no value in it. So you've decided to drop them for that reason. That's fine, as opposed to a lack of discipline about something that's good, you've let slide. So be conscious of that. If you really want to adopt a continuous improvement mindset, then your improvements have to be on the back of everything else that you've done. Everything else that you've done that's positive has to be locked in as a discipline. Now, you know that this channel is all about not just performing better, but making life easier and more simple. So don't drain yourself by doing more and more and more. Task yourself with getting smarter with what you're doing. You don't want your morning routine to be 5 things you're doing in the morning, and in a year or 2 years' time, it's 15 things, and your morning routine is taking 2 hours to do. That's probably the wrong way of going about it. So definitely make the conscious decision if you're looking to drop some things, but as long as you're making that conscious decision. So that's one thing. That's all about how to underpin the continuous improvement mindset with establishing that foundation to launch from for the next thing. The other thing I'm going to talk about New Year's resolutions. And look, I like them because they also talk to the continuous improvement mindset, making things better, easier, and simpler. And if that is something, it's almost like a chapter, a new chapter where you're making a conscious decision to take on something else, do that. Why not? My New Year's resolution, I know I need to sharpen my nutritional intake, especially the reduction of the sugar I consume. So I'm going to get smarter around that and come offline even more than I have. I've got better at it. I want to get better even more so. There are too many times still, by my judgment, where, I lose half an hour just watching stuff I shouldn't be watching or trawling through stuff I shouldn't be trawling through. Shouldn't be meaning it's just not nutritionally rich stuff. It's not doing anything for me. So if I can replace that half an hour with reading, fantastic. I'll do that. Look, take good care of yourself. It's great that you want that continuous improvement mindset. Don't do too much all at once. Less is more. Adopt something. Make it part of your daily discipline. And if it starts to go by the wayside, or if it's something you stop doing, make it not a rule, but let's make sure that you're consciously deciding to stop that thing to adopt something else. And that might be part of an experiment, that you're doing those things, say yoga and mobility, And then you're going to stop it for a month to see how has it actually been helping with the result that you're going for, which might be that 70-second 400 meters. And when you stop it, you might find that the time goes back a little bit. So you understand the importance of it now, which you may have not understood properly before. So then you reincorporate it. Feel free to do that too, as part of an experiment. Make life easy, keep it simple, perform better. Those are the 3 elements that we look to cover off in these videos. If they're going to resonate with you, hit subscribe. Thank you so much for your patience and making it to the end of the video. Any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. Catch you in the next one. Bye.